Hi and welcome to another post of this mk2 Jaguar 2-door wide-body coupe, which I'm working on. It's been a time since I've done the video. Not that I haven't been doing anything on it, I've been doing this and other things as well. I have a Land Rover 101, just see it there. With the stupidity of this virus, so-called virus that's floating around, and everybody locking down and this, that and t'other, it's just, things have been slow because I've got my son, so like I said, I've been working on the Land Rover a bit, and so this has taken a bit of a back step, or backstage I should say. But I'll tell you what I have been doing, and you can see it's not been totally left stood still. I've been carpeting. It's hard to tell with this light, it's a dark green, it's a wool carpet I put in. Proper automotive stuff, it's got a rubber backing. You can see the underlay, there's 2 layers of this sound deadening underlay stuff that goes on there. Anyway, I've stitched in a heel mat, rubber heel mat, into the carpet. The pedal box, which I put in, had to modify that because by the time I got all the insulation in and all the other bits and pieces, the aperture where the masters go into the footwell wouldn't go in, and no matter how much squeezing and pushing it just wasn't right. So I had to modify the pedal box, so I'll show you that in a jiffy. But I've made a stainless steel one, and so hopefully you can sort of like see that. I've got a little light try to illuminate because everything's so dark, but it's a dark green carpet. It looks quite nice actually. So I've done all the carpeting for the 2 footwells, but I'm going to modify this slightly because of the centre console, but I'll show you on the other side what I've been doing there. I've shown you all the dash and stuff which I've put in, so that's that done I think. I've been covering these box sections here, what the seating goes over and strengthens the floor and everything, and the seat mounts, they're leather covered. I was playing around with, because I've got a load of leather, so I've been playing around with that, see how well I could cover with leather. Let's go around the other side, just get this. So I've not done anything else to the car really. It's all been in tier and trying to get me around tier, so I'm making cards and stuff. So it really is hard to see, but it's so dark. But that's a carpet I've fitted in, made and fitted in with all the edging. You'll have to forgive me with the light. Let me just put that there. So look at this. There. So I've done all the edging. That goes all the way around, and so here originally it came up to the gearbox tunnel, prop shaft tunnel here to the carpet, but my centre console sits in here and obviously down to the floor. So I redid the carpet, I cut the edge there to match up to the centre console, so that the other side, if you look at the video, you should be able to see where it comes up to there. So that'll be cut out and I'll re-stitch another edge onto there. Here I made a flap carpet, it's all sewn into the carpet. This obviously goes under the seat, comes to about here, but this is a fuse box, so I didn't want that just open. I didn't want to put a box, aluminium box cover. I thought just a bit of carpet just to go over, so same thing, it's edged all the way around, and so it just nicely covers it. I've got the rest of the carpet in, but it's not edged up yet, and also I've got all the backing to do there with the vinyl. I've got some vinyl material, so all this back edge here and that across there is going to be vinyl. Centre console, subwoofer box, when it's all padded up with the seats and everything, that's all going to be leather stitched up. The rear quarter panel and the door card, that's all going to be leather, all stitched up. And I've used on the seat, I'll show you when I've show you the seat. I've done the seat. My first sawing on an industrial sewing machine, well pretty much any sewing on anything really. I'm not a sewer, I'm a welder, but we haven't done too bad. It's not bad. I'm going to redo some things again. I'm thinking of changing it slightly, but anyway, let's go and I'll show you where we're at with the centre console, and then I'll show you the seat. So on the seat I've done a diamond pattern, and I wanted to follow it through the centre console. So what you can see here, I've made a template up. So the centre console of which I've made carries a double din stereo head unit in, and I wanted to cover it, and I liked the old style where they cover the centre console and the prop shaft tunnel with material and just did a diamond pattern, and I wanted to do that, but because of the shape of this centre console I'd made, I couldn't just have a nice obviously curve and get this diamond pattern to follow evenly over because of all the different shapes that's in it. So I started sketching it out on my templates, because I'll use these templates to cut the leather material to stitch together, but then I have to match up the diamond pattern, you see. So the seam will be here, all these lines have to follow through, and I'm not going to sew those on after I've stitched it because that'll look a mess. So they're all individually stitched, and then it's stitched together, and hopefully I'll get it right and they'll match up with all these lines. So that's what I've done that for. What I've done on the side here, instead of following all the way through leather to the bottom, I've got some carpet. So the carpet I've done obviously the floors in. This is going to be sewn into the side here, just to break the leather up and also protect the leather for people getting in the car. So this area is where that box section comes out. So that's what I've been doing there, and believe it or not, that took me a day and a half to make this up and sketch it all out to get it right. But I quite like the pattern that's emerged from this, because you can see where it breaks up here. It's like it's coming apart, and I quite like that. So it's done that there, and then at the back here. So hopefully we'll get it right. Hopefully it'll be better than some at seat I've done. It's Land Rover there I'm working on. But anyway, I bought an industrial sewing machine. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in another posting I put up, but that's my industrial walking foot sewing machine I bought to do the leather work. And when I started, this is the seat. So that's the seat I've recovered. It were a brand new seat, but it was in vinyl, and it didn't have the diamond patching in. So I wanted to do that. I like this style of old racing cars that have this sort of like style. So that's what I did. So that's my first ever recovering of a seat, and there's bolt bits here where I pulled the covering apart. And that was my first attempt of the actual diamond patterning, but I made a mistake, so I had to pull that out of the panel. That was that panel there. But anyway, you live and learn. So I've been doing lots of bits and pieces and this, that and t'other with it. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, the thing, it has been a bit of a bind trying to get made around the stitching and that. I should just show you quickly the door cards and the rear quarter card I've made. So just put that there so you can see it. So that's the rear quarter card, and then the door card obviously is just a big oblong piece that goes on. Let me just show you quickly a sketch and then we'll call that a day. Here is a rough sketch of, you have to forgive the mess. This is obviously inside the car, and the door rear quarter there. I've been trying to get some ideas of how to make it look, so I want to follow the diamond patterning. So these are sort of like the ideas I have for the rear quarter and the door card, and try to keep the original look for the little glove compartment inside the door card there, and then following it round with the speaker. We'll see how it goes, but that's where we are with it all. it has, like I say, it has been slow, and it was a lot of messing around with the pedal box. I spent ages having to remodify and fix all that up to get that. I can't even find where I put the old box, but anyway, that's where we're at with it. As always, I'm grateful for all positive comments that I do get with the car. It's a shame that it's in such a dark unit, and I can't get it out at the moment to really show where it really is at, and get the proper light on it to get the lines and everything. But she's getting there piece by piece, and I think at the end of the day, it's the end result I'm after more than just time. So as always, thank you for the positive comments, and for all the subscribers and everybody that is watching, and let's call it the joy you get out in looking at it. Anyway, keep safe everybody with this problem we have at the moment. Anyway, enjoy.